I'm so grateful for each of you joining us today. This is a less is more practice, a very gentle yoga practice. Have pillows, have blankets. We can place a blanket on our mat if we feel our yoga mat or the floor is a little bit hard. So the very first posture we're going to do today is known as Viparita Karani, which is legs up the wall. So I'm demonstrating the easiest way to get into legs up the wall. There's the wall, we're sitting sideways to the wall, and then we flip with legs up. Now, if we do not have a wall space, we can always have pillows or a chair, or even maybe a storage box, some kind of box. And then we're close enough so that the calves are on the seat of the chair or the top of the pillows or box. Making sure the right and left hip are same distance from the wall or the edge of your seat. And the rest of the spine is in a neutral position. Viparita Karani. As soon as the feet are higher than the heart, we can feel a shift happening. So for example, if we had a long day, maybe working or, traveling perhaps, just a emotionally charged day, we can always do legs up the wall or legs on a chair, and right away it's like here as we're looking at the sky, feel free to close the eyes, and you could imagine the sky, if you would like to, blue sky with a radiant sunlight. As soon as we visualize the cosmos, as soon as we feel the space that surrounds us, and can feel the inner spaciousness, as we abide in that formless dimension, right away we feel a little more playful and lighter. We can always be with the infinite, vast, open spaciousness. Less is more. So part of the yoga practice is to recognize that more important than what we do is how we do it. What is our state of consciousness? What is the underlying energy when we are? When we are with ourselves, when we are with others, when we are with the earth. So recognizing the abundance that is already here. We could place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. And then we can sense very subtle movements within. These changes can be in the thinking dimension, observing that too. Relaxing here, shoulders, neck. Allowing the arms to release into the support of the earth. Just a few more minutes here. letting the thinking be. So we're leaving the mind alone. Don't mind the mind. Just leave it alone. Feel the sun light. Feel the movement of the breath. So it could be one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And we can take a little longer in-breath. And a little longer out-breath. Inhalation, exhalation. So here, conscious in-breath and out-breath. Such a gift to be able to feel the life inside. What a gift to be able to take a longer breath, to breathe freely. So we're going to hug the knees into the chest, and then you can move a little bit from side to side. So just a few moments like this of just allowing ourselves to be very intimate with ourselves is so nurturing. Take the heels up the wall. If you're at the chair, that's okay. And then let's do circles, feet going in circles, and it can be in opposition to one another. And in circles in the other direction. So this is known as Viparita Karani, and it's a very cooling posture. As the external temperature are rising with spring, it is a very good posture to do when we feel hot. Like if we want to fall asleep and we feel a little too hot, this is a cooling posture. Right away, body temperature will drop. So let's do figure 4 stretch at the wall or the chair. So we're straightening the left leg, right ankle in front of that left upper thigh. And then maybe bending a little bit that left leg. If you're at the chair, it's the same position. You can do arms up along the ears. And together, breathing here a little longer. Inhale. And a little longer exhale. Making this your practice. If you feel, oh, I should bend the arms a little bit more, or lower the arms if that feels better around the shoulder area. Absolutely. Sensing how the belly rises with the in-breath and belly softens with the out-breath. Here we're inflating the lungs and deflating the lungs. Air flows in. Air flows out. So let's take the heels up. Now hands behind the knees and a little bit from side to side. This is our blissful baby posture. If, like me, you're far enough from the wall, you can even do little small circles. And then maybe a little bit to the other side. And then we're taking the heels up, legs up, and it's the second side. So left ankle in front of the right thigh. Arms along the ears. Palms turning to face up. Noticing the changes. Noticing what remains the same. Last 2 breaths here. We're going to hug the legs into our chest. And then here, roll to the side. And coming to a seated position. So we're going to take the hands behind the hips, underneath the shoulders, and just a little bit of windshield wipers, seated windshield wipers. So we can rotate the hips here so that as we go to one side, that top hip is more and more over the lower hip. Nice. So let's take the legs to the left side. And that right leg could go a little further back. If you want padding, using a blanket. So we're going to go towards the back wall, away from that right top leg, turning to the other side. And we can relax the head on something. If for what reason this is a little bit much, we can always just rest on that lower shoulder, just on our side of the body. Sensing the air as it flows into the lungs. And flows out of the lungs. Just another breath here. And slowly come up. So be very aware of that top leg, lower leg, because before we do the second side, we're going to come onto our back. Hands to the heels, into bridge. We're lifting the hips, inhale. And as we exhale, hips a little lower. Inhale, so we're gazing straight up, neck, head quiet. Exhale, hips a little lower. Just a few more times, taking the hips up and lower, up and lower. Now keeping the hips up and breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, and as you exhale, release the hips, hug the legs into your chest. Breathing in, breathing out, and it can be just a little hugging, right? We never have to go to that full range of motion. It can be just a little gentle hugging. Onto our side or roll up. And then seated windshield wipers. So we're taking the legs to the right side. Left leg goes behind us, and we may want to have padding here, turning the torso towards the wall behind us, away from the hips, and then we can have shoulders, head facing our mat, or we could even be on the side of the body. We're receiving feedbacks from the inner body. here awareness along that inner spine. One long breath here. Very nice. So coming up to a seated position, and we're taking the legs in front of us. Inhale, here rib cage up. We could take the arms up. Feel free to bend the knees and arms, very gently seated forward bend. We can even bend the arms so that we create a support for our head. It could be the hands underneath our chin just to support the head, or you can use a pillow. Breathing into that back of the body. Very nice. As you inhale, sit up. So here, bending the right leg. And then we're opening the torso towards that right side. We can bend the left arm and create a little support with that left hand for the head. Maybe the right arm over the ear. Maybe right arm crossing behind us. Breathing in. Breathing out. So this is an internal massage. We can sense a movement inside the body. The left side is squished, so where our spleen is on that left side, and we're opening that right side of the body. As we inhale, sit up, torso towards the left leg, and then very gently fold towards that left leg. Again, maybe bending the left leg and bending the arms. We could even, an option here is to have a pillow or a blanket underneath that left leg. Relaxing the jaw. And the facial muscles. And sitting up. So before we do the second side, we'll do a child's pose. So notice which leg is straight. Probably your right leg is bent. So we're coming to hands and knees. Big toes next to one another, and we can choose how wide the knees are. Child's pose, maybe the hips are remaining a little bit up in the air. And we can choose any arm variation here. Our attention is on the inner body. We can make the inhale a little longer. And then the exhale a little longer. We're exploring that inner space. Being in touch with the inner body in this way quietly allows us to listen to it. Allows us to be with it, which is a nurturing practice. So coming to a seated position. So our second side, bending the left leg. Right leg is straight. And we're turning the torso towards the bent left leg. We can bend that right arm, making a little pillow for our head. Can always use padding. And as we inhale a little bit up with the rib cage, that top arm can be over the ear or down, maybe crossing behind the back. Now for me, this left shoulder feels really different. So yes, second side can be somewhat different. We're elongating the in-breath and elongating the out-breath. We can choose to have the eyes open, maybe eyes still on a point. Receiving that sunshine, sunlight. At times, closing the eyes may feel more nurturing. Eyes closed may increase the creation of thoughts that takes us in the past or the future. That's okay. Also, seeing that we can freely choose to be present. So we're coming up with the torso. Inhale here, facing that straight right leg. And then we can fold over that straight right leg. So at times we may want to choose something underneath that right leg, maybe bending the right knee. It could be a blanket underneath, a blanket on top of that right leg. And as we inhale, sitting up. So we're going to transition on our back. Rolling onto the back, feet as wide as our mat. Arms can be in a T shape or a little more of a V shape towards the wall behind us. And windshield wipers. So both knees to the left side. If we feel that bringing something underneath the hips, maybe just underneath that left hip, a block, a blanket, if we feel we benefit from more of a back bend here, choosing that. So we're extending perhaps here right arm towards the wall behind us. The left ankle could be on top of the outer upper left, right leg. And we can always remove what is underneath that left hip if it starts to feel a little bit much. Relaxing in this present moment. Now transitioning to the other side. So if you have a block underneath, just that right hip on top, knees pointing to the right side. Left arm up along the ear. Feel here how the whole left side of the body is being open. Ultimately, in any posture, the whole body is affected. The glands, the organs, connective tissues, blood tissues, nerves. The physical dimension is totally affected. The energetic, emotional, and the thinking is affected by the posture. One moment in a posture and our mood may have shifted. So we're placing the feet flat. If you had anything underneath the hips, bring that to the side and hugging the legs here. Can always go back to that visualization of the sun, of the sky. Naturally, when the thinking becomes negative or fearful, that vision is very narrow. So we know that when we have a broad, open perspective, it means we are more in that joyful, blissful aspect of our being. So here, just hugging the right leg and left foot at the bottom of the mat. You can always open that right leg a little bit out to the side if that feels good. Or elongating the in-breath. And elongating the out-breath. Now we're twisting, so taking the right leg to the left side and opening the right arm out. we can scan through the inner body. Nice. Roll onto the back. Right foot at the bottom of the mat, and we're hugging the left leg. One breath here. Where do we feel here the movement of the breath? And then we're twisting. So as we open the left arm out to the side, right leg, left leg, I meant to say, on that right side. So my favorite posture, yoga posture, is corpse, is Shavasana. My second favorite yoga posture is calves on the chair or elevated. Because these posture allows us to have an immediate experience of how less is more. And perhaps here, just for a few moments, remembering how already so many times in our life we've experienced how less is more. So here we're going to roll onto the back and hugging the knees. One more twist. We're going to take the legs to the left side. So both legs together. And then to that second side, both legs on the right side. as we roll onto our back. Hug the knees. And then we're going to sit up for Shavasana. Maybe you would like to practice with a padding underneath the knees, rolling a blanket and placing that underneath the knees. Maybe legs on the seat of a chair or calves on a box. If we notice coolness, we can cover ourselves. We're turning the palms to face up. And a neutral head position. Closing the eyes. And with each exhale, releasing a little bit more into the support of the earth. Relaxing toes, soles of the feet, ankles, relax. Relaxing the calves, knees, upper thighs. Relax. Relax the pelvis, lower back, and belly. Relax the middle back, stomach, and diaphragm. Relax the upper back, the chest, the heart, relax the shoulders, arms, hands, relax the inner throat, jaw, root of the tongue, relax the lips, nostrils, and cheeks. Relax the ears, eyes, forehead, and brain. Perhaps here remaining still, otherwise wiggle toes and fingers. And we can roll onto our side. Option to remain still in corpse posture. Otherwise, into a comfortable seated position. If you would like to, Anjali Mudra, hands together at the heart center. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for the aliveness, luminous nature inside and on the outside. May all expressions of that aliveness be safe, be healthy, be at peace, be free and be joyful. Namaste.